to see all the history and stuff like that, and I would hate for Madison, for y'all to lose that. And of course, I definitely don't wanna lose my business because of that. Like I said, my life sits at that corner, and everything I have, my partner and my wife had our whole lives in this right here. And we did it because we wanna be able to bring so much more to this town, and we wanna be able to bring Madison people back into Madison. That population of 4,400 has dwindled down to 2,800. I wanna bring that back, and I wanna increase it. So that's what I look forward to. So I think by being able to improve this RV park, I think will make a huge difference. It would definitely help. You're talking back to the numbers, with the numbers I took, let's say it has a restaurant, side of it, at $14 average ticket, one meal a day. And you say you have 90 people that go out and eat just one meal a day from that RV park. You're talking about over $450,000 a year just in that one meal. I think that would do a whole lot to this town. That's really all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we had Mr. Decker.
John Decker, 193 Northwest Hamilton. We moved to Madison from Perry, Florida, about 10 years ago. So we're not natives, but we do have some experiences, people you're talking about today. I was on the development authority of Taylor County. And we were lucky enough, when I was chairman of the board, to get Tom's Foods. And where your income comes from is from manufacturing. It's not from these service jobs. They don't pay much. So I think y'all are chasing the wrong thing. And also, when we moved to Madison, I was on the board 6 years ago when they gave away the country club. They didn't buy the country club, they gave it away with a promise that they would improve it. They did improve it, I agree, they improved it. The membership, you know, you can't control that. It's voluntary, but just what I'm disappointed in when they went around talking about putting in an RV park, it was 33 units. Now, 33, you know, they were going to take over their driving range. The driving range, they didn't have a whole lot of activity on it. Certainly they didn't make a lot of money on it. You just paid so much for a bucket of balls. But they also got rid of the putting green, built a platform over it. But you know, you hear all kinds of stories after you played your round of golf. You go, some are funny stories, some are stories about long ago, and some of the current stories. The one story we did not hear, I did not hear, is when they changed from 33 units to 95. This is an injustice. It wasn't publicized. They didn't even tell the members they were going from 33 to 95, unless a few select members might have known about it. So I think there's a lot of errors in the transition from 33 to 95. We're not against having an RV park. We're against having one that's going to shut down the country club. This is going to shut down the country club whether you realize it or not. And the country club is a big asset for this community. And that's all I've got to say.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Sir, come up, state your name, please.
My name is Dan Sullivan. I am a resident of Madison. I moved here about 5 years ago. I own property on 53. I am now a business owner as well. I am part owner of the City Bistro, and I welcome all of you to come here and eat sometime. I personally am in favor of this. I think a rising tide lifts all ships. There's been talk about stories, I've heard stories too. Madison used to have a skating rink and a movie theater. We don't have those things anymore. And my question is why? Why do we have a growing population of teens who are getting into drugs, who are getting pregnant? Is it because they have nothing to do? There seems to be a lot of people here that seem to be trapped here and they have no way to get out. And I believe that that is because there is no way out. You know, we've taken these jobs away, we've taken entertainment away, we've taken a sense of pride away from our town. And I think that, personally myself, I'm trying to push it back in. I believe that Madison is a beautiful town. I wouldn't have invested so much of my time and energy into it if I didn't believe that wholeheartedly. As far as the impoverished neighborhood, these people will need caddies. These people will need people to wash the golf carts, and it will bring jobs here. One man cannot do it alone. I know that from experience. I firmly believe that if you look at the back, we've made the bike loop, the horse track and hike, the canoes. Why did we make these investments if it wasn't to bring people to this community to do these things? So I think that the future of Madison is going to be very, very bright. And I think that allowing people to live and die and succeed and fail based on their own merit, you know, that's on them. If this RV park, which I think is terrible, it shouldn't be called an RV park. It should be called an RV resort. Let's step it up a little bit. It's, you know, the average RVer is from 45 to 65. They've got a median income of $62,000. An RVer will save 42% on any vacation that they take. That's 42% more that they can spend on meals out, that they can spend on going and buying antiques. You know, these are real numbers, and they actually mean real things. So I think we should use this as a great opportunity to grow our community, as a way to look forward into the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Would anyone else like, sir? How about, raise your name.
Good morning, my name is Ray Curtis. I'm representing the Country Club in its application process. And I wanted to start by dovetailing off of what Mr. Sullivan was just talking to you about. You hear stories, but stories are anecdotal. People that make decisions based on a story, there may be one story that seems outrageous and it causes a change in policy. I always encourage people, and I have to remind myself from time to time, that the numbers don't lie. And that's what I'm playing off of with Mr. Sullivan and of course the business owners here. Now, I understand that the P&Z meeting and then an actual vote by the commission will come at a later date, and so this is just a preview of the number side of it. The numbers are, for those people that might be concerned about crime, I encourage you to do a Google search and click the news limitation, golf course RV park crime. Number of stories that pop up where crime occurred in the park, not from some outside person breaking in. 0. That's a number. Jobs created based on recreation, indirect jobs. For every job created, or for every 10 jobs created directly, 123% of indirect jobs are created. So for every 10, 12.3 additional outside jobs are created. I'm going to bring to you dollars that get spent there and how many times they will roll over in the community. The numbers that you've heard these businessmen, particularly the food vendors, talk about, that's real. If you're on vacation, whether you're in an RV or not, you go out to eat. You bring people here, they eat. And so that's a sampling of the numbers that I'm going to bring to you on top of general concepts of what this would look like. The only thing that a number that I did want to offer a little clarification on, because I've heard referenced twice, is the concept that the country club came before P and Z and came before this board previously, asking for an approval of a site plan for 33 sites. If you review your packet, you'll see the actual site plan, which in your LDRs is what you're approving. That's the engineered drawing, it was for the 75 sites. Now, there was no change. Your process requires you to submit, or for the applicant to submit a sketch or drawing, and there are sketches or drawings that were submitted, and then an actual engineered site plan, which your LDRs say your vote to approve incorporates the actual site plan. And so that has come before you. So I want to clarify this. You didn't leave this room today feeling as if there was some confusion about what your prior vote meant, at least in my opinion. A site plan is a term of art, it's a legal document, it's an engineering document, and your code makes specific reference to it. So I look forward to presenting before you in the future. I'm very thankful that even though that you had to table this today, that you gave the members of the public, business owners, concerned citizens the opportunity to speak. I think that helps us all be better prepared for the next time I'm before you, and gives us all an opportunity to go out and look into things a little bit ourselves. But we're looking forward to it. This is gonna be a boon to the economy. It's anticipated that this improvement will be roughly $900,000 spent to complete this improvement, and a lot of that will go to local vendors that we brought in. So Madison Golf and Country Club, they want to benefit Madison. They want to put money in your constituents' pockets that then rolls over again and again and again. They want to do it themselves, improving it, and they want to do it and bring outside money in. So we look forward to it. We'll be prepared. I'll probably have something to put up on the screen for you to kind of roll through with a little bit more detail, so you just don't have to listen to me talk. All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Is there anyone else that wants to speak concerning the RV Park Country Club? Seeing no hands, hearing no requests,